Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis. I had the privilege of giving a fitness brief this weekend in San Diego, and a few of the people in there said, "Hey, you know what? You might want to consider, sending this message out to as many people as you can. Get on social media." So I said, "You know what? Maybe that's a good idea." So just finished my workout, so I'm breathing a little heavy. Love insanity. Thank you, Sean T. But I decided, you know what? Maybe I will share it. So there's a lot of people out there. Fitness is a struggle, health is a struggle for Americans in general, and people are trying to figure out how to get over the hump. And so my approach is a little bit different. I feel like people try to get their body to do what their mind isn't prepared for. So I feel like that's the first issue. So step one to trying to, get fit, get in shape, get healthy is one, you got to believe, right? The mind has to get in shape before the body, right? And so if you decide or you're thinking, hey, you know what, I need to get in shape or I want to get fit, then, make a decision. And when you make that decision, then start now. Start that day. If it's Tuesday, don't say I'll start next Monday. If it's Wednesday, don't say I'll start on Sunday. Start that day, because people get in the habit of being procrastinators and putting things off. Why put off tomorrow what you can do today? The best way to start a good habit is to start it immediately. So, get off the sideline and get in the game. Too many people are out there looking for external inspiration. They watch The Biggest Loser. They watch fitness shows on TV. They watch all these amazing people change their lives while they sit there and do nothing, right? Instead of looking for inside for continuous inspiration. So if you're going to make a decision, start now, because all this is a part of learning to believe. One of the most important pieces of learning to believe, I think, is the why. The why. Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to get healthy? Why do you want to change your life? Why do you want to be a better you? My why is simple. My dad passed when I was young. All three of my sisters were able to get married. Not one of them had their father there to walk them down the aisle. And thinking about that is something that I don't want my daughter to experience. I want to be there to be able to walk her down the aisle. I feel like that's very important. So as you can see, my why is bigger than me. It's bigger than anything that I can be selfish about. And so that's what your why has to be. It only has to matter to you. It doesn't have to matter to anybody outside of you, but it has to matter to you. And it has to be bigger than you. So when you come up with a reason to say, no, I'm going to eat this cake, or no, I don't feel like working out today, you think about that why, because that why is what's going to keep you going. It's what's going to keep you motivated, because it's the one thing in your life that is more important than you. Another big one, which is the constant, eliminate excuses. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself. Your comfort zone is what got you here. Your comfort zone is what got you in the position that you're in. So, some people use excuses as comedy, as a deflection from being able to actually be mature enough to deal with the reality that they're in. Changing your life is about maturity. It's about growth. So be mature enough to be real with yourself and say, hey, there's some things that I need to change. And when you don't do them right, just look yourself in a mirror, look your friends and your accountability partners in the mirror and say, I didn't do it right. And then move on, instead of coming up with all of the 1,000 reasons why, right? The best way, a person asked me during my brief, I want to lose 40 pounds. How do I do it? And my solution to that person is the best way to lose 40 pounds is to lose 2 pounds. And she said, no, but I'm trying to lose 40. I said, I understand. So in the next month, I want you to concentrate on losing 2 pounds. She said, but that's not going to help me get to 40. I said, yeah, lose 2 pounds. Then she said, then what do I do when I lose 2 pounds? I said, the next month, lose another 2 pounds. Okay, then what do I do the next month? Another 2 pounds. She said, but that's not going to get me to 40. I said, well, here's the thing. Something different is going to happen once you hit 10 pounds. I said, that means you will have won 5 times. And for the first time, you'll actually believe that you can lose 40 pounds. See, right now, you just want it. And desire isn't enough to get you over the hump. You got to believe it. And the best way to believe is to put yourself in battles that you can win. Victory breeds confidence. That's piggybacking on the last one, the more you win, the better you feel about your ability to win the overall game, right? So bite-sized goals help you win. The goal is to win more than you lose. If your goal was to work out 7 days in a week and you fell off twice, that means you won 5 times and you lost twice. Make sure that you win more than you lose. Because if you win more than you lose, at the end of the day, you're going to have enough wins to stay in the game, right? And define victory for yourself. A lot of people think victory is just having a fit body and six-pack and big chest and big shoulders and big arms. That's not necessarily success. Success is being healthy. There are lots of people out there with big chests and six-pack abs and big arms that are dropping dead like flies because they weren't healthy, right? So the goal is to be healthy. So don't get discouraged when you look in the mirror and you don't feel like you've lost quite enough weight, or your stomach isn't quite as flat as you want it to be, or your muscles aren't quite as big as you want them to be, because being healthy is what's most important. Don't be afraid to push yourself, right? If you did 11 push-ups last week, try to do 12 this week. The goal is to get better. And the more you push yourself, the better you'll get, and the easier it'll get, and the better you'll get, And when you get to the point to where you're undefeated, then find a new challenge, right? And you can't measure progress if you don't keep track, right? This is a big one. A lot of people try to measure success and they don't keep track. So they don't measure themselves. They don't have a starting point. They say, I want to lose 60 pounds. Well, how much do you weigh? I don't know. You didn't get on the scale before you even started this? Not very smart, right? So how are you going to know if you lost 5 pounds if you don't even know where you're starting from? Don't be afraid of the scale. The scale is your accountability partner. It tells you sometimes when you might need to work a little harder, or when you need to push a little harder, or when you need to maybe put in a little bit more extra work. If the numbers don't reflect what you want them to reflect, then put the work in and change the mirror. That's all the scale is the mirror. All right. I'm going to come back with the next 3 steps of fighting for fitness and a way to get healthy in 2016. I hope you enjoyed this first part. Remember, it all starts with belief. If you don't believe, you can't achieve. I know I sound like Jesse Jackson, but I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm G. Lewis, and I'm out.